Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Charlie and welcome to the announcement video for the KSP Community Career. In this video, I'm going to walk you through an outline of how this career series will work, including what's so different about it, and it is very different, and I hope that by the end of the video, you'll love the idea of this project and want to participate. Below, in the description, as well as in the play bar, you'll see timestamps that will lead you all over the place as we discuss this overview of the series. And if you have any questions at all, you can visit us on our Discord server and ask myself or our wonderful community there, as well as in the comments down below. We're going to cover the three primary elements of this role-playing KSP Community Career and talk about the nuances and answer some questions that you may have as well, all in this video. Those three main areas are: how does the career work? How can you participate? And how does roleplay work for earning in-game? So let's go in order here. Each of those sections have subsections, so remember, everything is timestamped in the video. Let's start with how the career works first. The setup. The career settings involve placing the game in hard mode for most settings, and then tweaking economy elements and the mod settings for my preferred experience. Most of the in-game contracts will be disabled for this playthrough, allowing only some contract types to exist for the possibility of making some money in the event that there are no contract requests from the community. I hope that this is rare, but it needs to exist to allow a money buffer, as career mode is all about managing funds too. The bulk of the contracts then will come from you, the community around this channel. Viewers, or groups in some cases, will roleplay organizations, later being referred to in this video as RPOs or RPOs, for various purposes and missions, and submit contracts for their needs to me for rate information and negotiations. I am of course role-playing in this Kerbal world as well as a private space company, with the core mission of moving Kerbal kind forward in our understanding of the universe. While much of the stuff we do in this series will be familiar and similar in format and mission as Conquering KSP was back in the day, old playlist in the description too by the way if you haven't seen that yet, this career mode has no end-defining criteria this time around. I plan to simply play as often as I can and do as much as I can do and see as much as we can see before KSP 2 comes out, which will then start playing that. This series will adopt a hybrid style to it, with most of the playtime being spent in live streams here on YouTube. Some missions, usually the most lengthy drawn out ones, will be condensed into a shorter edited video format, but all will be in the same playlist for viewers to reference as the RPOs transact in our world. A lot of what we do in this career then will be viewer-generated missions, and there will be a lot of diversity involved in that, since RP orgs not only have different stories and purposes that they are developing, but they also will potentially compete with each other for limited time and resources. As I have as a company launching rockets and cargo into space, I also have a bit of limitations in terms of how many things I can do at once, so it might actually get a little bit competitive. I like it. As a private space company, I aim to make a profit, but I obviously have motivations to expand research, set up communications, and explore the stars. So RP orgs may be able to offer the funding needed to get me there in exchange for helping them, and the negotiations of contracts within our career mode will take place between me and them accordingly. I'm really sure they're going to have some very strange and maybe specific requests over time, so this should provide a lot more interesting contracts than the base game would normally give us. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. How can you participate? So all viewers are eligible to participate. There are no specific membership requirements like being a patron or anything like that, and participation really doesn't need to be timed to anything unless your RP org requires it, but that's kind of your thing, not mine. In other words, you don't have to attend live streams to participate. You don't even have to be fully caught up with the series to do so either. However, you will find it significantly easier to participate more if you are more involved in such things, as submitting contracts and carrying them out for your RPO will require you to pay for them. Just like real-life companies have B2B transactions and costs, you will earn currency for trade for those missions by being more engaged and interactive in the community around this channel. There are three main ways to earn currency to participate as an RPO in this project. Method number one, and this is the most powerful way, attending the live streams on this channel. When you are logged in and watching live, regardless of what game it is, there is a bot running in the background that is keeping track of the stream and distributing a set amount of currency, called credits, into the bot's database with your YouTube account attached to them. This runs a total of how much you've earned, and it keeps track of everything, and you can check them at any time in the live chat by simply using a simple command. The bot will also reward 50% more credits to those who are active in live chat, rewarding the most to those who are present and engaged during live broadcasts. Also, we'll be periodically giving out bonus credits while live, and all of those who are present in the chat during that time will receive those bonuses. So there is even more benefits to people who can be there in the moment. Now, I'm aware that there are many time zones on this beautiful ball we call Earth, and many people simply cannot make live streams regularly. While live attendees will earn the most benefits and have more to spend than those who don't, there are consistent and reliable ways to earn currency outside of live attendance. Let's talk about those. Method number 2, going to work in Discord. So our Discord server is a wonderful collection of weirdos that are friendly, encouraging, and welcome to people all over the world. And the conversations we have there are a treasure. Sometimes. By joining and being part of our Discord server, you'll be able to interact with the bulk of the people who are behind those RPOs and potentially earn some additional currency as you do. By engaging with people, you'll earn XP on your account and you'll level up as you talk. When you reach level 5, you'll unlock most of the features in the server, and you'll be able to participate now in the KSP Community Career as well by doing something that we're just going to call going to work. The process is super simple. All Discord members level 5 and up can simply type this command, !work, in chat, and the bot will grant you a work status. That's literally it. You can do it once every 12 hours, and when you check in 12 plus hours later, you are rewarded with Hattips. Yeah, they went with that throwback. I guess I'm gonna live with it. It's fine. It's good. It's okay. Hattips from the previous work check-in. That's what you're gonna be earning. Hattips. Plus, you will then start another 12-hour period of work automatically, which you can then check in again 12 hours plus later and earn again and start another cycle and repeat. It's a fairly passive way to earn that's easy to do and available to all community members of level 5 and higher. Plus, to get the ball rolling, for the next 48 hours, starting from the time this video is published, everyone who goes to work will earn a 300% bonus Hattips just to get things started. So consider it your early bird incentive and a reward for regularly checking in and participating with my content. If you are a patron of this channel or a YouTube member and you have linked your accounts to Discord so that you have those roles on the server, you also have access to an additional command that you can use once per day for a little extra. I'll let you have that info in the VIP channel though, so check that for more information. So those are the 2 methods, but what if you are one of those people who don't like Discord or don't really want to engage with even more accounts someplace, and you also can't make live streams regularly? Is there anything that you can do to get currency and participate in this KSP Community Career that doesn't really require that?
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.
Yes, there is one more way. YouTube commenting.
Yeah.
By leaving a comment on a YouTube video I publish on this channel within 24 hours of it being published, you can earn a fixed rate of points that can apply towards the KSP Community Career. We're obviously not going to net you nearly as much as those who are participating in other methods as well, but it's something. And if you are diligent on it, you should be able to afford a contract or 2 in the future. Even small companies can sometimes do things in the world of big players, right? The points awarded to you here are fixed and will only be awarded for 1 comment per video. I'm gonna emphasize this again, guys. 1 comment per video, and only within 24 hours of that video being published, so pay attention to published dates and times. If you are spamming my comment sections, and this is inevitable, it happens every time, so I wanna repeat this. If you are spamming my comment sections trying to earn points, and it is clear that you are trying to farm this with ill intentions, I will not only disqualify you from participation, but spamming is also just generally a way to get banned altogether, so please do not do that, okay? Now, it would also be nice if the comments actually had something to do with the video itself when you're commenting on them. And no, it's not restricted to just KSP videos. It's all videos on this channel, including VODs from the live streams. When they publish and they are on demand, that counts as a video as well, okay? But I can understand if it doesn't have anything to do with the video. I can understand that because people just simply do not have time to watch a video right away. I know that. It happens. You don't have time to watch it right away, and you'll get to it. Maybe it's a long time. Maybe you want to let it kind of mature a little bit. Let the series mature a little bit before you start getting into it. I totally understand, binge watchers. I'm just like you. So if you get the comment in quickly so that you can come back and watch it later, I totally understand. It's okay, but I'm only awarding this currency for people who comment within the first 24 hours. I simply cannot monitor all the videos on this channel and go, yeah, okay, there's a new one, and I can't do that. I would never get any content done. So it's only within the first 24 hours, and then I'm no longer looking at it for the purposes of points. Got it? So on YouTube live streams, people who become a member get a one-time bonus for the currency that's there, credits. And when you share your membership milestones, you're also getting bonus there too. On YouTube commenting, if you're a member, you're also going to be granted a bonus for the commenting as well. It'll be easy to identify you with those little hats next to your name and stuff. So I'll be granting bonuses for members who comment as well. Thank you so much for financially supporting what I do. So those are the 3 ways to earn currency for this project. But how do these credits, Hattips, points, how do they translate to money in the game? How do we actually do things with this? Okay, well, the balance of these 3 currencies and how they convert to actual in-game money is not yet finalized. So we will disclose that later. But for now, let's talk about how the role-playing works for this project. So first off, you will be earning these 3 different currencies immediately. You do not need to register your RPO in order to earn. All currencies are individually earned, not collectively. So you can begin to accumulate currency right away before you've decided what your RPO will be. Once you've decided what your organization idea is, you will need to register your RP org on my website linked in the description. I am actively remaking my website, and it is probably not done yet when I post this video, so if it's not done yet, it'll just take you to a simple page in Google Docs. Notice how this form does not ask you for any information that isn't already publicly available. I'm not requiring any real names or even email addresses here. I am simply needing to know your YouTube name, as it is displayed on YouTube, and your Discord name and ID if you are participating in Discord. Every organization registered will need to provide me with the following information. I need the name of the organization. I need the purpose of the organization. Give me your mission statement. What are you up for? What's your backstory? Tell me about you. And I also need you to provide a unique tag for your RP org, which will be added to craft information when your RPO contracts something in the game. This tag must be 2 to 4 letters in length and cannot be the same as another organization. And it's a first come, first served basis. So get the tags in when you can. Because it's first come, first served, there is a possibility that your tag is already taken by another organization. And if that is the case, well, I will need to fall into a backup tag. So please provide also a backup tag in this field as well, in the event that your tag is already chosen. You must also disclose to me the names of anyone else that is part of your organization. Other people in my org, yes, that means you can team up. Up to 3 people can be part of the same organization in-game, pooling their resources together for one entity. This means that if you are one of those people that you just can't seem to get life out of the way and earn currency to participate, but man, you really want to engage with this, well, you can party up and join with others who are more active and still be part of something even if you can't really be there as often as they are. Just make sure, and I'm gonna say this really, like picture me saying this in capital letters in bold, okay? Every single member of your organization needs to fill out this form, okay? Individually, every single member of your organization needs to fill out this form. You all must fill it out so that I can verify that each person is in fact part of the same organization. If you add somebody in the future, which you can totally do, that's completely fine as well. I know that things can move around over time. Have that person fill it out as well. and make sure that that person has the information about your organization. They need to match yours, okay? It doesn't have to have the same mission statement, but the tags, the name, etc. needs to match. And then either myself or the mod team will reach out to one of those existing members and verify that they are in fact invited into your RPO. RP organizations will have at least partial ownership over any craft in the game that has their tag featured on it. When it comes time for crafts in games to do things, there may be profits associated with their actions. Again, this is a role play, right? You can contact and work out details with other members of the community, other RPOs, to facilitate actions in game using your crafts, or pay other organizations to do things for you, or team up and share the costs associated with a large mission. It's up to you. This is a flexible, moldable thing that is very community oriented and driven. And the profits from those missions earned are shared between myself and the RP orgs associated with those missions. So you can also earn currency in the game that translates into currency that you collect, that you can check from Discord, YouTube, etc., and then reapply those funds to other missions in the game. This is a way to start snowballing things if you're good at this, right? So let's give you one example so you can kind of understand how this might work. Let's say your RPO contracts me to build and establish a mining operation on the moon. Your company specializes in high-tech industrial equipment and really wants to utilize the metals in a specific location to bring back to Kerbal for you. Now, unfortunately, the mission is multi-part and it's quite expensive, considering that the satellite network associated with communication with the crafts on the moon are kind of owned by another RPO. And then there's the manned mission element of the whole thing. The mineral extraction requires a manned mission. So what you do is you team up with another RPO. You reach out to another RPO and they help fund your mission in exchange for something else. I don't know, it's your company's, you figure it out. And you contract the RPO who owns the satellites also that you need for relays to handle communication. So you handle all of those things that you want to do for your mission and how the money is going to trade hands all on your side of things. And after you handle those things, you reach out to me and you contract the vessels and the shipment that's needed for it. I consider all the hardware and arrangements that are needed to build in order to do it, and I give you a projected cost for the mission. You either negotiate that a little bit, maybe you sacrifice some elements of it for cost reductions, or you just simply accept it and we go ahead and perform that mission for you. Once the base is all on the surface, the mining is taking place, and you've contracted the vessels to deliver the resources back to Kerbal, it's payday, man. We brought the stuff back. That's what you needed, right? So how did all the money trade hands? Well, I'll earn money in game from you. That's my contract. Just like any other contract in the game, I'm going to make money so that I can keep doing things because you contracted me for the mission, but also had to pay for the satellites. So you worked that out between you. You gave credits or points or whatever ended up being transacted. It's a complete deal between role players, right? You give the stuff to them in exchange for using their satellite network. And now you have metals. We've brought them back down. Every element in the game, every resource in the game has an actual money value attached to it. So the metals, I brought them back, and the market value for them, here you go, that's yours now too. So you've earned more money for the market value of those metals. Now there's also some role playing associated with that. So maybe you're gonna use those metals to generate better equipment and your profit margins went up on that bigger equipment. So maybe you earn more than market value. Hey, those of you who've played D&D before, you know how this works. This is flexible, okay? And it's not entirely up to me. This is stuff that's managed by the community that we have. And if there are any disputes, we have a small team of objective people ready to make a judgment as well. You do not need to handle the transactions. That's handled for you. We simply need to know the amounts in writing and where it's going. So with that example and stuff noted, you can actually see how you can invest your currency outside of the game that you have, invest it in the game to earn more. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. I think that's good. And you know, there are very few rules associated with these things as well. Patrons and members were told information like this previously, and there are already people in our Discord that have started teaming up together already. They've already got their conceptual organizations written out, and they even have written contracts with each other. Like this is actually really super cool to see. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Now, this is important information to know, so I'm really hoping you pay attention to this. And if nothing else, you've listened to this part. You may only be part of one RPO at a time. Okay? It's very important. You cannot be part of multiple organizations simultaneously. If you wish to disband your organization later, or you are just leaving your current one to form a new one, you can totally do so, but you will forfeit the assets accumulated in-game of your previous RPO unless your new RPO uses the same tag. That tag element is important. The tag used in-game corresponds to ownership over a craft or a mission. If you decide that you don't like your RPO's name and you want to change it, you can do so, but you will need to disband your old one and form a new one using the same tag that you did previously, and you do this formally with the form on the website. That tag is like a title or a deed. It signifies ownership in the RPO. So if any new RPO claims your tag when you don't have your new organization banded, they will own all of your crafts and you can do nothing about it. So make sure if you're going to switch your organizations, you are very organized in doing so and do so quickly. No two organizations can share a tag. Only one RPO will benefit from the profits that a tag generates. But crafts can have multiple tags assigned to it. So if you team up with another organization, both of your tags will be on that vessel. Any potential revenue that comes from it, as well as potential costs involved, because we have repairs and random failures as well, will need to be worked out between the RPOs ahead of time. That's on you, not me. It is highly recommended, guys, that if you are planning on engaging with this series in this way, you join our Discord server, as most of the talking, I would imagine, and the deal making is likely to take place there. It's possible that some of this happens in comments, and you can absolutely work this out in the comment sections as well. I welcome that too, as well as live chat. But I do feel, ahead of time anyway, and this might change as evidence shows, I feel it's predominantly going to take place in Discord. So get yourself signed up, and there's a special category of channels for this KSP roleplay stuff already. So you should be able to find out any information you have that you need and ask the questions that you need to ask in those channels. For those on the outside looking in, this might seem complicated, but if you've ever played any type of role-playing experience before, you know how this system works, and I think it can be an awful lot of fun. And again, if you're one of those people that you just can't quite engage as much as some other people can, you just can't quite attend live streams, or you don't want to, if you're one of those people but you still want to participate, find other people who are more active and see if they're willing to take you into their RPO. Just remember, those of you who run RPOs, that anyone that is part of your RPO, anyone that's part of your organization can contract me for a contract. There is not one set person in an RPO that can contract something. Anyone who is part of an RPO can reach out to me for a contract. And if we work out a deal, it is binding. So make sure when you bring someone into your organization, you all understand that you're working as a team and you can discuss things yourself. There are chat rooms and other special channels on the Discord as well for organizations to work things out within themselves in chat. So I encourage people to use the voice channels as well, as that might help. That's going to do it for this video. It's an introduction to the KSP series. The last question everyone is going to want to know, I'm saving it for last, is when does KSP start? When is this whole thing starting? Well, the points and the credits and the Hattips, those are all starting today. So you can start right now earning those right now. However, the series itself is going to start on October 18th, and we'll have 2 videos that day. The first 2 videos, there are no community contracts. The third episode is actually going to be a live stream, and that's where we start looking at contracts and starting figuring out what these RPOs are up to, what in the world do I have to do. And remember, I don't have to take any contract. Just because you put it out there does not mean I have to take it for the costs associated for the money that you want to put out. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please share the video, like the video, comment down below. It is worth points now, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next one. Bye-bye.